All right, good morning, boys and girls. It is Wednesday, June 3rd. We got about 7 minutes to market open, and we're going to be working on some new things today. Not new, just more like dialed in. So give me a moment while I put together my morning routine here, mark out all of my areas of, excuse me, liquidity. Whew, coffee. Whew. All right, I'm going to keep that in there. We haven't been trading much on ES lately. Um, I find NASDAQ to be more volatile and, at least for now, predictable. So we're going to stick with that. Um, from the looks of it, we're kind of, well, that's weird. It's sort of like an uptrend on one and a downtrend on another. So we definitely got an S&P divergence going on. So I'm thinking we're probably looking like we're going to start in a downtrend, but you know, we're just going to react to whatever the market gives us. That's the new order of the day. Because we have a number of different opportunities and scenarios we can act on, depending on what the market does. That is the new bit of info that we've been working with as of late. That has tested very helpful. So okay, and now I'm going to mark out here. Okay. All right, let's go to the hourly, take a look at what we got here. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely on a downtrend with ES. So we'll see if this fair value gap gets filled on the hourly. Excuse me. Whew. Okay. See what this is looking like. That is weird. Absolutely opposite directions. All right then. But we do have a lot more areas of liquidity here that we can play with. So we have all-time highs that were reached last night in London session. So a very clear uptrend on NASDAQ and a very clear downtrend on ES. Literal opposite directions. So yeah, this is a clear indicator of just reacting to whatever it is the market gives you, because this is very unique, very unique case structure. Oops. We should have very strong draws on liquidity here. Down at these lows. So we'll see. My initial reaction is that we're probably going to see stuff dipping down into these low areas here. But again, nothing's guaranteed. So we're going to go with first theory, and then just a reaction to what's actually happening in the market. Okay. 15-minute chart. Okay. Yeah, my expectation is taking out these lows. We've got some definite liquidity here that we can work with. So that's going to be the initial plan. It's targeting those lows. And it should happen relatively quickly. Okay. So starting out with the paper trades. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this strategic theory I've been testing. Ultimately, it's based on what's called an opening range breakout. Simply stated is that opening range is determined by a specific time period during the open of the market, and the high and low of that time period represents the opening range. So when that range is established, there is a process by which you analyze the volume weighted range area of that. It gives you a range within a range, and then from there you look for a breakout of that range and follow that process. So far in back testing that up through yesterday, it hasn't fared very well, so that's why we're testing on paper. Apparently, other things showing some back testing over a year has shown that it's been predictably profitable, but it does take a large subset of information and trades in order to see that come out. The challenge when I first learned about this is to give it at least 30 days to see how it goes. So right now I've been testing 24 days. And it has not been profitable. In fact, it's been quite the opposite, very much so. Although the last 2 days it has shown some coming back on profit. So we'll see how this works over the next few days. The idea being we're just going to let this play out and see what it does, and see if we can actually test its profitability for ourselves. It's supposed to be a very mechanical, take the emotion out of it, just follow the steps and let it do its thing process. So we'll see how that actually works. I don't see any fair value gaps. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. We have wow. All right, so clearly a manipulation. So we might be looking to take shorts here, provided we get a break of structure, which we should. That was a crazy big range right there. Okay, we got our break of structure. Let's take this to 5. We're going to take a half a thing here. Okay. And we're going to go to the 1 minute. Got to wait for a pullback. It usually wants to get close and then pull back just to fake people out. It might go right there. Yeah, it's going right there. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now we've taken both. Go back to the 5 minute. Okay, taking a quick short here. I think we have one more area that we need to jump down to. I'm going to take advantage of this down here. basically a 1-to-1. I'm going to get stopped out. Am I? Probably. It moves to the top here. Oh, wait, I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to get stopped out. Yep. All right. Okay. Well, that was a paper trade anyway, so there we go. Okay, so I was wrong, so now we're going to do this. Okay. Let that come back up. Okay. I took a short there. Let me put it up here. There we go. All right, good trade. Good trade. 400 bucks. Probably could have let that ride a little longer, but I think that's a good target. And I want to be able to work on the other theory as well. Yeah, we're still heading down, so let's see where that could continue to. I think we have these targets down here. Yeah, it looks like it's headed for them. Pretty aggressively, too. Not bad on 3 micros. Wow, that's great. Look at that. Continuing down, boy, it wants to take out all of that liquidity. It wants all of it. That's amazing. Switch back to the 5-minute real quick and take a look. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's taking out all of it. It wants all of it. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to switch back to paper because I want to test another theory here. All right, switching back to paper. Okay. So now we have an opening range breakout. We're going to see where this candle finishes. From here to here. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know how much lower this could go. I don't know. I don't see it dropping that low. Mm. Love you too. I already made money, by the way. You too, love. Okay, I'm on paper, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. I know I'm going to get stopped out on this, but there's no way this range is going to go that far. That is a huge. I'm going to go almost to 4 grand. That's just not going to happen. That is a tremendous dump. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride. Charting. I'm charting stuff, even though I know this is going back up here. Yeah. Let's go to the 1 minute, because I'm telling you, I think this is as far as this is going. Inverse that gap. We can come down a little and start heading back up. You know, I'm going to stop the bleeding. There's just no way that that's happening. Trade should have been right here. There, I just added to the position. This is just a paper trade, but I added to the position. If this candle closes anywhere above this point, then that's going to be a buy. See if it gets to equilibrium. I'm going to wait for a break of structure on the 1 minute. Playing with equilibrium and that fair value gap, which has not been filled. We have an inflection point there. Are we getting to it? We're close. Very close. Yeah, it looks like we're going to punch through. Okay. All right, got stopped out. That's fine. That tells me that we do have a turnaround there. Break of structure. So now we're going to switch and we're going to sell. All right, we're going to put our stop up here. We're going to put our TP down here. I'm going to get stopped out again going the other way. We did not inverse that value gap. We only inversed there. Oh, inflection point at a key area. Okay, wick down to take any people there. So that tells me that I think I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to go long.
Order filled.
Okay, let's switch this real quick while we contemplate what we're doing. got in late on that. Should have been a higher one. See, it just looks like on the 5 minute. Yeah, this is looking fine. My stop would normally be down here, but I think I might cut this short. Got to be careful not to get too nervous about this. But I am feeling very confident about it moving back up. It's just taking its time. This V structure is very, very common. I think we want to take it into this fair value gap and then I'll cash out there. I think that's my target. That fair value gap looks to be the right spot. I think that's where we're going to see it start to stutter a little bit. Come on, we want that fair value gap. Okay, I'm going to pop out now. I'm going to wait. I can always get back in. I'll wait for it to test the gap coming down.
Order filled.
Okay. Okay.
Order filled.
I'm out. Oh man, now it comes right back up. I'm getting back in. because this is going up now. That was a mistake. Seriously? Now I'm just playing around here. It's testing that area 3, 4 times now and not doing anything, so I need to get out. Yeah, I'm out.
Order filled.
All right, I'm still green on the day, but I'm down. So, shit. All right, that was dumb. That was foolishness. I think it's time for me to stop. Clearly, we got a key level here that we're not wanting to break back through. It's just sweeping more orders and then wanting to come back down. So we might have range. We might have range right here.
Order filled.
It's just using me for liquidity over and over and over again. Unbelievable. I don't know why I kept doing that, but I really want to target these highs. This is where I should be targeting. put my stop here. Okay, so I got a tight stop. I'm going to let that play. Okay, coming down into this fair value gap. Tagging in. Still trying that fair value gap. Looks like it's a pretty strong area too, based on the. Also, too, just a note of observation: the way this thing is heading, and the way that I'm setting up this trade. Should the trade play out to its full extent that I've got here, that would have clearly stopped me out on the opening range breakout theory, which, based on, excuse me, the size I had been using as an average, would have stopped me out for a $1,900 loss. So, still playing with a fair value gap here on this one. If we break this value gap, we're definitely headed up. If it stays respected, then I might, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, I've already got a definite profit locked in on this, but definitely want to see this run some more. Whoa. Quick sweep, see if it could wick out. I almost got wicked out. That was crazy. That was a rapid move. Dang. Yeah, we're holding strong on this. We're holding strong right here. That's a key level, trying to break that. Tested that fair value gap quite a bit. So, I could get stopped out here for a small profit. That'd be a bummer. I want something a little bigger. Well, let's see if we make another push. Which of these value gaps is stronger? So it looks like this value gap is still holding very strong. That's good news. Okay, I should be able to move my stop up a little bit. I'm going to move my stop up. It's a pretty strong value gap, but I still think we yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out here. I'm gonna move this down just a little bit below here. Probably still get stopped out for a little bit less of a profit, but I think I'm I think right there, you know, we've got some pressure there. We did inverse that gap, so there's a high probability that we could be moving lower. So let me just, oh, hang on. Oh, okay. And it looks like we're breaking through that level. Wow. Well, we got an engulfing candle going up, so very strong buying. All right. And stopped out for a small win. This is now heading down. So maybe we take that as a sign. Let's wait for that to come back a little bit, and then we can take a short. Want it to come up a little bit more before I take my short. Might not. Okay, I'm going to take the short. And we're going to target right here. All right, I'm going to take a big chance here, but I'm pretty sure I want
Order
to.
filled.
Okay. And I'm going to put a tight stop right here. Because if it breaks above and I'm wrong, then I want to make sure that I'm good. Shit, I'm going to get stopped out. Damn it. Ah. This isn't going to crash. It's going to stop me out. I think I judged this all wrong. Actually, I'm going to go. No, I shouldn't do this, but I think I'm going to move that stop there. I'm going to move the stop right to the other side of the gap.
Stop filled.
All right, well,
Order filled.
then I'm reversing. Taking my chance. Oops. Okay. All right, I was wrong, so now let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I can actually have a win on the day. Well, this could blow my account. It's either going to be a successful trade or it's going to blow my account. That's pretty much what's going to happen here today. I was wrong, so I reversed. So hopefully that means that it's going to move in the direction that I reversed to. That it is going to go the way originally planned, but it's hanging out. And of course it's hanging out right here. So that does show that it would have blown the theory on that. So great. This is gonna dump. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Oh, can't walk away from it. Well,
Order filled.
okay. Blew the account. That's that, guys. So that sucks. We'll try with some other stuff. All right. That's the end of that. Fuck. God damn it. All right. Try another time.